everyone, and welcome back to my channel and to another journal with me video. So in today's video I'm going to create 13 different sort of double page, very simple, easy to copy journal spreads using the Alchemist Collection, which is our latest new collection, which I will tell you a bit more about throughout this video. And I'm doing this actually in my own journal, my personal one. So this is a new journal, as you saw from the cover, not very many pages filled in. I think I've just done a couple of pages in the front, but I thought I'd film it this time. This is essentially the usual process that I would actually go through, and this time I thought I'd film it. I don't normally do stuff like this, so I thought we'd have a go. I wanted to just sort of show you some of the different things that you could create with the Alchemist Collection and with all of your stickers, mixing in some of the journaling kit, some of the foiled stickers, and some of the planning kit as well. So in this video I'm pretty much using all of the collection really in one form or another. What I usually do is get a sample made of each one, and I sometimes grab a couple of seconds as well, just to add a few extras in, and then I use quite a lot when I'm doing the plan with me, the monthly plan with me video that I record. So I've got my samples minus whatever I've used in the plan with me. So I've got a lot, but not loads. I haven't made, double of everything just for filming this. So you kind of can get a bit of an idea of how far the full collection could take you. So we're going to be doing 13 spreads, or sort of 26 pages, single pages in this video. And yeah, here is the first one. So one of the things I really like to do is to fill up, I suppose, near the spine of the book. Put in a few things in there to write on, layer up a few things, but create that detail in the middle of the book. It's often quite difficult to get your hand in right by the binding spiral in the middle, so it's quite a good space to fill up with stickers and add a bit of decoration to. Now on to spread number 2. This one I'm using the Sparkles washi trim, and I'm using some of those watercolour swatches. I've just started making those watercolour swatches, and I absolutely love using them to layer up and do things like this in the journal. They look a bit different. I was a bit unsure about them when I first made them, but I've used them quite a lot, and I'm really enjoying kind of getting creative with them. You can see here we've also got some butterflies which I'm adding in. As you'll see as we go through, I do a few spreads which are very butterfly heavy, and I love butterflies. I have to kind of hold myself back of not drawing one in every single collection, because I probably could. I think they always have a place, and the Alchemist butterflies turned out really beautifully in this one, kind of cream and that dark purple and lavender. So those three colours look really nice together, and they look a bit different as well, quite subtle, but really pretty all together in here. One of the reasons that I wanted to record this as well was that I thought I would show you a bit more about my own process and what I actually do when I journal. I think it's always a bit, I sort of never know how kind of useful these videos are when I sort of share, a spread like this and then, don't show you with any writing in, because it always feels like there's something missing. But it would be a bit odd for me to show you exactly what's written in my journal. I'd feel a bit weird about it. I know that you're probably not that interested to read all of my ramblings, but also, journals are private, and I think when I've done it before where I've actually filmed me writing my own journal, I've started to overthink the things that I've been writing, and it's not particularly useful. But I do always feel like the spread themselves, when they're done without any writing in, they look a little bit unfinished. And the other thing that often makes me feel a bit awkward about writing, even if I'm just making things up, is that I find it really hard to write under the overhead camera. My head, I really like to get in there, make sure I'm writing on the lines and make sure I'm writing neatly, and my head gets in the way, or I can't really see what I'm doing properly. And then you're going to make a spelling mistake, and I'm thinking, oh man, everyone's going to be judging that spelling mistake, or you have to cross something out, all goes horribly wrong, you start kind of overthinking it, and it becomes a bit tricky. But I do think there's a lot of value in sharing spreads like this, because I get a lot of ideas from watching other people, and I know how overwhelming it can be when you're sitting down with a bunch of stickers and going, right, I want to make something that looks really nice and I have no idea where to start. So I really hope as you're going through this, you get some ideas of things you can put together and how you can use the different stickers together and make little, different things which you're really pleased with how they look in the end. One of the things that I often do, and you'll see when I'm going through, is I'll pick out couple of colours. Often the collections have got, maybe sort of 4 or 5 different colours going on. Like this one's got lots of different colours going on in it. And I'll pick out 1 or 2, like the cream and the purple in the last spread, or in this one the gold and the purple, and just pick out stickers in that colour palette. And you get to create something which looks in a lot of ways completely different, but also gives you a bit of focus as to what to pick and what could go well together, because you're just picking from a couple of different colours. So it helps you sort of not feel quite as overwhelmed with it all. So there we go, we already have 3 journal spreads down. This next one is, I think it's another, what do I go for? Oh yeah, I did a pink and gold theme. This one, you'll see I end up pulling off a lot of stickers, I think, and then not using them. So at one point, a lot gets stuck to my arm on here. But as I was saying, this is my actual process when I go through and I journal, because I like to set up my journal just like this, have a bit of a creative session where I create a bunch of different spreads, and then I'm able to pick it up each morning. Usually I do my journaling and I then fill it in. So I always you'll often see me leave like a sticker at the top where I can either write the date in, or some space for me to add the day or a title, and then leave a nice blank page that I can just fill in. And the reason I do that is because I never know how much I'm going to need to write. You know those days when you've had a really bad day, or there's a lot on your mind and you've got a lot to say, or it doesn't have to be negative, maybe you just have like a really big breakthrough and you want to get it all down on paper. I never want to feel restricted with how much I want to write. So although I've created a few already, and I'll probably end up with created about 30 or so spreads, I think, in total with all of these stickers, including the ones I'd done earlier, that should maybe last a month. Some days I might want to write half a page, some days I might want to write 2 pages, but I'm never really sure how long this is going to last me. But this is usually my process of setting things up so that when I come to sit down and do my journaling, then I've got something ready to go, because you don't always have the time or your sticker stash available when you're sat in your bed reflecting on what's happened during the day, or sat in the morning and journaling. Okay, so this next journal spread, well, you'll see. I tried something. It didn't. Well, I'll let you be the judge of how well you think this goes. As you can see, I decided to rip the page. I thought I would have a go doing the split page design. I've done this before, with mixed results. Yeah. There was maybe a good idea in here at some point. So yeah, my first idea was I wanted to do these sort of trail of butterflies going along the right hand side of that page, just peeking out underneath. And yeah, I thought ripping the page would look really cool and effective. So yeah, so far so good. I've added in some of the foil butterflies, added in some of those watercolor swatches for a bit of color, and yeah, looking pretty good so far. And so then we turn to the torn page, and at this point I'm kind of thinking, okay, what have I done? What on earth am I actually going to do with this page? So I grabbed, yeah, as you can see, the sheet number 1 from the vertical kit, which all the sheets are sold separately in there, and decided to layer up some of the full boxes down the side. And I have seen some people do this on Instagram, and theirs has turned out a lot better than mine did. Anyway, I thought I would basically cut around the edges of these and lay them up then on the other side. Now, I think what I would have been better off doing is doing this maybe with a craft knife, not these massive scissors, because I couldn't really get in to the sort of the bits in between to cut them out. And reflecting later, I think that's overall kind of where I went wrong. But I mean, not too bad. I feel like I salvaged the situation. It could have been a lot worse. I didn't want to rip the page out altogether. But I did sort of still like this idea of having the boxes going down the side and the butterflies peeking out. If I'd done it again, maybe I would have moved it over a little bit so you could have seen a bit more, but we're at where we're at. I tried something, I've learned. So I'm sure as you're going through and watching this video, you'll probably see me do a few things that you think, oh, that hasn't gone so well, Rebecca. But you know what? I'm trying these things out so you don't have to. Learn from my mistakes as we go through. So on the other side, I then matched up the stickers and kind of lined them up along the very sort of craggy, jagged line that I'd cut on the other side of the page. So yeah, the idea was that it was kind of a bit of a window, or a bit of a door. But yeah, I think the colours look really nice together. Down this side of the page, I did also get a little bit stuck, as you'll see as I go through, in terms of what to stick down the side of here. Started out okay, but it was salvageable. As you see, I do sort of stick I actually cut out a lot of the stickers that I'd stuck down, which I then removed. But at this point, I'm kind of thinking, oh gosh, what am I going to do? This does actually turn out quite well in the end, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, it does. But just a reminder as well there that I'm using some of the leftover boxes so this is from sheet 2 of the sticker subscription that I'm using there. So remember to, if you've got leftover boxes from that, they are really useful to add down the side of your journal page and kind of mix into the journal kit as well if you've got leftovers. So as I carry on with this spread, we are about almost halfway through this video. So thank you so much for sticking with me so far. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. I'm so grateful that you are all here on this journey. And as always, do leave comments, do tell me the sorts of videos that you would like to see, especially if you are enjoying this sort of journal with me video. So I wanted to kind of pick up again on some of the bits around my process of journaling and the sort of things that I use my journal for, and give you some ideas linked to, I suppose, the theme of The Alchemist, which is expansion and thinking bigger, dreaming bigger. So we usually have now for every kind of quarter, because we do a collection every month. If you're new to me and my work, and we have a collection every single month with a subscription and subscription items, and then a whole bunch of other things that sit around it. And each month we have a theme, and what I'm doing now is I'm pulling a few themes together each quarter around a certain idea or topic, and this one is expansion. So this is the first collection in our expansion series, and The Alchemist is all about thinking bigger, expanding those limits, dreaming a little bit bigger. And as you'll see actually with this little potion display, I don't know if you've kind of quite grasped what I'm doing or the idea of what I'm doing already with this next spread, but idea that the Alchemist is going to give you a little bit of a helping hand. So you've probably seen them already. We've got various little bottles full of luck, full of wisdom, full of joy, full of love. And as you can see here, I'm putting together, I thought it'd be really cute along the bottom of the page to put together almost as if it was like a shelf of various bottles, solutions, potions and elixirs across the bottom of the page, and I'm actually quite pleased at how this has turned out. I also added in a couple of stars there. Anyway, so I'm slightly digressing from what I was talking about, but one of the biggest and probably most important things that I use my own journal for, beyond the sort of the daily check-ins and mental health and self-care, is really recording I think my own expansion and my own journey and knowledge and learnings and those experiences, which is part of the reason that I started to really take a lot of care and put a lot of attention into, really how it looked, because I love looking back and rereading things and putting together those pieces, so your journal can really become a space which is like your own sort of personal development book, all those things that you've learned over the weeks, over the months, over the years. So having a space like this, which is so lovely to look at, and you take such joy in both creating and then being able to look back at, I get so much sort of joy and value from. So which is why I get so passionate about as you can probably tell, and about creating really lovely things to help you. I think really just help you create these really lovely creative pages without having to. Well, hopefully that's quite easy as well. You're not having to, do a bunch of drawing. You don't have to be an artist to do it. Anyone can get involved and give it a go. Okay, so on to the next spread. I have completely lost track of how many I've done at this point. I can't quite remember where we're at. We're definitely nearly there though. So I'm doing again another one of these designs, like we started with, actually putting all the stickers down the centre. I really like to use those stickers like those boxes there, anything that you can really write on down that centre spine as well, because one of the things I use those for when I'm actually writing is just to pick out moments from the day, the fun moments, things that made me laugh, or things that I'm grateful for, or just things that I'll observe throughout the day. So almost like little highlights, almost if your journal was an article and you can kind of pull out some quotes, that's how I tend to use those as well, going down the middle. Right, on to our next journal spread, and I have to say this is my absolute favourite, and I know, shocker, it's got butterflies on it. I told you earlier how much I love these little guys, but this is absolutely my favourite one, just partly I think because I got to this point and I was a bit like, okay, I don't have a lot left, and I thought, I've got all these butterflies, what am I going to do with them? So I sort of challenged myself to put together a spread that was 90% butterflies and 20% stars, and then there's some books in there as well, so it's not all butterflies and stars, but it pretty much is, and I just think it looks so nice. Using those different sized butterflies to kind of trail up the page, using the books at the bottom as if they're like coming from the stack of books at the bottom as well, and they've just framed the page really nicely, so focusing on those corners and then putting some in the middle as well, and I'm just so pleased with how that one turned out, just pretty much using all the leftover butterflies. Well, not quite all of them, I don't think, but yes, we did quite a lot of butterflies in this collection. We are now, what are we? I think we're a couple from the end. This may be spread number 10, maybe. Yeah, so with this one, I was obviously getting to the end of my stack. I pretty much used everything apart from I have a page full of odds at the end, and of course all of those days of the week, which that final page I usually tuck it in the back of my journal so I can grab the days of the week when I need to use them. I always do some on one of the journal pages, and I've got some that I just foiled as well that I usually have kind of, as I say, tucked in the back for just grabbing when I need them. With this spread, I again wasn't sure. I did get a bit stuck with this. I thought, what am I going to do? Partly because I had so few things left, and I did want to stick to just using the Alchemist Collection. Like, it would have been tempting just to, go back and have a look through and grab some other matching ones that I might have had that I could have used with it. But I sort of went again for that theme of almost like the shelf, like I did many spreads ago now, it feels like, going across the bottom of the page with some of those bottles and lanterns. We've not even talked about the lanterns as part of this collection. It's one of the first things that I designed actually before any of the potion bottles was this lantern that I've stuck in that bottom right hand corner there. And that was like there's always an illustration that I usually start with a collection that inspires everything else, and sort of everything else sort of flows from that. But I was sort of definitely observing like the law of gravity there. Like everything had to sit along the bottom. I couldn't have anything floating on the page. Okay, so we're definitely on the penultimate journal spread now. As a reward for sticking with me, I can't believe you have. Thank you so much again. I'm going to show you something new we have just brought out actually to aid with your journaling that I put in this spread. So using those final sort of washi trim stickers, which always look nice at the top of the page, I thought I'd spare you all of me sticking down yet more butterflies. These were definitely the final ones that I had left that I put down that side of the page. But as you're gathering, I love the butterflies. And just, yes, I think I'm just about to grab it. We've got some, oh, not quite, but we have some, another butterfly. We've got some brand new large script stickers which have been made for journals, which I'm so excited to show you because I think they look really cool. They look pretty, they look really classy, they look really nice. And the first one, I was sure I was about to grab it then. Yes, I've just you can just tell is a gratitude one. So I think these look really good stuck down the side of your page, which is what I am doing just now. Again, just marking that page out to create like a space for all of your gratitude lists. I don't normally do this, but I do really like the idea of planning this out sort of in advance. Just, you know, you're kind of going through your journal and you just literally hit upon the page where it's prompting you to do a gratitude list. I do quite like that. So I think I may kind of continue to do that in the future. And for this final spread, okay, this is a bit of a cheat because it's our reading tracker, which is just one sticker that I'm sticking down in here. I did also do the opposite page, but I did miss out on filming it, so just put that reading tracker in there. I did complete that final page as well, but this is the final one, so this should be about 13 spreads using the Alchemist Collection. Like I said, I really hope you can get some inspiration from this, and there are lots of things for you to take away, get some ideas for how to layer up and use all of your different stickers, maybe how to use some of the more like leftover ones that you're not sure how best to use. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have enjoyed this video because I will continue to make them and make another one next month if you enjoy it. And of course, please drop in the comments any ideas you've got for future videos, anything you'd like to hear me talk about or share. Love to hear from you. So thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon.